Can I show the traffic flow thing? Would that be all right? I know it's early in the morning, people, and you need to warm up. So this is just, people have trouble with traffic, right? So there's a big network problem. We mentioned, I think, there was mentioned the other day, Bray's paradox is a weird thing, right? Which is, you guys know this one, right? So if you add an extra road in some situations, you can actually make the whole thing, the efficiency go down, which is a disappointing aspect, right? And you conversely can take one out now and then, just block it off and it'll get better. Which just seems wrong, right? You should just add more roads and it'll go better. Anyway, so let's run this thing. So what's gonna have is, and I know we showed this in story time if you were there. So it's a simulation, so it's a number of vehicles per minute, is that what they're saying? Oh boy, I said music. Okay. Now it's gonna, that just seems too dramatic. It's just traffic, guys. It should be just like honking and hate. Right, so they're changing the way these things are structured. Wow. I think a car just went underneath another car. Yeah, some of these simulations aren't great. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, is it a game? Is this a game?
Yeah, this is Skylines.
Oh, cool. And you simulated?
Yeah, it's apparently a pretty accurate simulation of traffic.
Which, yeah, which...
But there are weird things where you see like cars like drive through each other.
I mean, I guess it's plausible you can go under a semi-trailer. Not advisable, but that seemed to happen a few times. Anyway, so it goes through a lot, and you see this 416. Let's jump it up to here. So they get more elaborate. I mean, look at this, right? It's craziness underneath here. And the dumbbell. So I guess I have a couple of comments. We're gonna get to the end. Let me jump to this one. 3-level roundabout. Wow. So I just want to say, so roundabouts, rotaries, and traffic circles are different things, right? They're not all the same. So a roundabout is a good thing, and you should have them in tiny little intersections, like in Europe and Australia. And they're just in little intersections. And I think actually with 4-way stops as well. Then everyone stops, and then you go around your roundabout, because the collisions in roundabouts are much less extreme, right? Because if you hit someone, you're going in the same direction. Whereas someone thought of that. The diverging windmill. So up to 800, I mean, it's a lot more. Wow. Wow. I think the one at the end, and I know I said this a little bit, is something I thought of as a kid when we were visiting Melbourne. I think it's sort of the one you could think of most easily. Like, I don't know, this is amazing. What are they doing? This is where you end up in another country if you make a mistake. You know, like, this is just sort of, wow. Wow. It's up to the 900s. Anyway, the Northeast has, yeah, and this is the, I think that's it. I think that's the champion one. Basically, it's just a dedicated, like if you want to go from one lane to any other lane, it's just, there's a way to do it. Yeah. It's beautiful, of course. And I'm joking when I'm trying to say that. I mean, obviously, if you're a pedestrian anywhere near this, you get annihilated, you know, right? So, oh, they need the loops out here on the, yeah. Not in the simulation, but I think you're right. Anyway, roundabouts should be for little things. And in the Northeast, they're just like, whenever you've got a bad problem, you just put a rotary thing in it and just pray for the best. And like Massachusetts, my God, the worst things. But no one has little roundabouts to train on, right? So they just, yeah.
So yeah, they have tiny roundabouts where it just seems like there's an intersection, and they just put a giant like round thing in the middle of it.
Yeah.
For you to go around it.
Yeah.
But
it's annoying to you probably as a driver, but that's true in Europe and Australia, right? You have them everywhere, and then and you put some flowers in the middle or whatever, and trees. It's all very nice. What's that? So you can control it by the circle, like you can dampen their speed, yeah, and you make it look the same for everyone, yeah. And whenever you have people who are drivers kind of involved with this, they want, oh, can we have a slip lane? Like, we just want to be able to like hammer through on this side, and they're like, sure, you know. And then it just defeats the whole thing because you know this is death basically, you know. Like the one at the end of Shelburne Road, if you've ever been to that thing. that horrible thing at the start of Shelburne Road. It's just people do amazing things, and there are crashes all the time. And they've been talking about it for at least a decade to fix that up. Anyway.